G'day, I'm Pato, and welcome to Backyard Ultra Weekly. Now, please, before I forget, hit that subscribe button. Now, many of you would already be aware that just last week, the Backyard Ultra World Record was broken at Dead Cow Gully. Phil Gore was the last one standing when he ran 119 yards, and Sam Harvey was the assist. Now, I was lucky enough to be able to get Phil in to have a quick chat about it. Hi, Phil. How you going?
Hi, not too bad, Pato. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Congratulations on setting the new Backyard Ultra world record.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Pretty happy with it.
Yeah, 119 yards. It's not the first time you've held the world record. You broke it 2 years ago when you did 102. How does it feel to hold the world record again?
Yeah, it kind of just confirms it wasn't a fluke the first time. Um, yeah, like I've grown as a runner since then, and yeah, it's good to have it again. And I know it'll probably be short lived. It's getting broken all the time. So yeah, I won't be surprised if it's broken again, whether that's at Bigs or another event in the near future.
Mm. Whenever it is broken, I always think, oh, gee, that's going to take a while to break. But you're right, it does seem to get broken pretty frequently. Um, how did you celebrate the world record?
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really do anything too special. It was yeah, finished the race and had a bit of a nap and drove back to Brisbane. Yeah, I don't know. It's all still a bit surreal and still kind of sinking in a bit. But yeah, there was I didn't have any big celebrations or parties or anything like that.
And there's no celebration being planned. It's just back to business.
No, that's it. It was just another run, and now yeah, shift the focus to the next one.
Yeah. When in your backyard ultra running career, did you start believing that a number like 119 yards would be possible?
Um, I probably couldn't pinpoint an exact moment, but every time I see someone do a really big number, like when it was the Belgians breaking 101 for the first time, or when they did 110, or when Lukash did 116, I never look at that and think, oh, that record's even more out of reach for me now. I look at that and go, that's the number that's possible. I could do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think, yeah, I kind of think 120 was probably that next magic number. We got so close to it, but yeah, no doubt someone will beat that soon.
Yeah. I know that you do put a big number on your plan. When do you remember? Have you been putting up to 100 on your plan ever since the beginning?
So the first plan I ever did, so at my second backyard, the world record at the time was 75. So I put my plan up to 75 because I just thought that that was so outlandish. Like I'd never get there. And I didn't want to reach a point in my plan where I'd reach the end. So yeah, I put 75 down, and that kind of took it, I think, like 3 lines onto a new page. And I'm like, I might as well just fill this page up. And that went to 96. And even then, like I looked at it and was like, it's so stupid planning up to this far. Like I'm never going to get to 96. Like that is ridiculous. But it was no extra effort to put those numbers on the page. So I just did it. So yeah, it's funny to look back on it now and think, oh yeah, 96. Like no way I would plan that short on an event now. So
Yeah.
now it's pretty much like it's like I just look at when is the moment that I have to leave this event. So like the Dead Cat Gully, I had the plane on Sunday, so my plan just went up to Sunday morning, and I'm like, if we're here for this long, then that's might as well just have my plan go up to there.
Yeah.
And if we did get to that point and I did have to get on a plane, there would have been a few phone calls made to switch flights around. But with these numbers as well, it's not just something I write down on paper. It's something that I'm still mentally preparing myself for. I still had all the food that I needed up until that Sunday morning. Had plans in place my gear and for crew sleep schedules and all things like that. So yeah, it's not just a number on a page. It is something that I actually focus on.
Mm. Before the race, the number 150 was being talked about a little bit. So, I mean, you're only 31 hours off that. Like, do you feel like we could see a race reach those numbers sooner than we might realize?
Yeah, well, you just need two people who can do it. Like I got at the end of 119, like you saw how well I was moving. Like I was still, even though Sam was looking like he was close to the end, I was still gearing up for another day. Um, like I look at stuff like Meg Eckert's 6 day world record, and I'm inspired by that, and I see it's similar pacing to a backyard. Like I think she's got a few longer sleeps and stuff in there, but I look at that and think if that can be done in 6 days, then there's no reason why a backyard can't go to 6 days. Um, yeah, and like I even got to points during the race where it was almost feeling effortless, and I was like talking to my crew, and I'm like, what if this just keeps going and going? What if there is no end? And they're just like, it's going to end at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you get the two right people and they can both get into that zone. Yeah, I don't know how far it could go.
Mm. Now, a lot of people are probably still unsure if you're going to be at Bigs or not. I do know that you were thinking about it and you were going to make an announcement after Dead Cow Gullies. So, are you ready to tell people one way or the other?
Um, it's not 100% decided yet, but yes, I am leaning towards Bigs. I'm just like I've started to look at flights and just trying to work out some of the logistics. But yeah, like as much as I'd love to go and represent Australia at the 24-hour World Champs, and I think I can really push some big numbers in that space, I think I might just have to put that on hold for a little bit. But yeah, so it is looking like it's going to be Bigs, but I'm just not 100% committed to it just yet.
Yeah, all right, no worries. Yeah, well, I mean, Biggs is going to be huge. You're going to have hopefully you there. Lukacs will be there. All the other, pretty much all the other people who have held the record since it's hit 100 will be there. So it's going to be an amazing race, especially if you are there.
Yeah, and like it had a pretty stacked field last time, and yeah, like this time, like the numbers have just gotten even bigger. So there's going to be quite a few people there who've done over 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it would be hard to miss it, and if I was running the 24-hour champs instead, I'd be like keep checking in, thinking, oh, maybe I should have been at Bigs instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be whether I go or not. It's going to have some huge numbers either way.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations again. Thanks for coming on the show, and yeah, we'll speak soon.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Phil.
So this weekend there are 9 backyard ultras being run around the world. We've got them in Switzerland, Mexico. There's Red Dirt Backyard Ultra in Australia, which Phil Gore won last year. We've got one in Brazil, 2 in France, and 2 in Canada. In New Zealand, there's the Krayzie Midwinter Backyard Ultra. And Steph, the race director, came on for a chat.
Hi, Steph. How you going?
Hi, Peter. Good.
That's good. Thanks for coming on, and you must be busy.
Yeah, pretty busy. Yep. Been at the event village since Tuesday night. So
Yeah.
yesterday out course marking, and today's setting up the village.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's we're talking about the Krayzie Midwinter Backyard Ultra. So can you tell me a bit about the race's history and about the race?
Yeah, so our first year was 2022, so this is year 4. And we started off at the back of the campground here with marquees up, which meant all the electrical equipment got wet when the frost decided to melt. So since then we've moved over to a nice big lodge. But we had first year, I think we had 130 entries, something like that.
Mm.
And then up till last year we had 230, and this year we've got 264.
Wow.
So it's grown a lot, which is awesome.
Yeah. How does that compare? Is that one of the biggest backyard
But
ultras in New Zealand?
yeah, it's the biggest backyard ultra in New Zealand.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so it is.
Yeah. And
And the
now the
coldest. And the coldest.
yeah, I mean that's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. Like I understand that
Yeah.
it gets freezing there.
Yeah.
So I mean, the runners must be keen to sign up to run at such a cold backyard ultra.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep coming back. We've got a good crowd that are back for their fourth year. And we do have 174 runners this year who've never done a backyard ultra. But being one of the biggest cities in New Zealand, we do pull on all those Christchurch runners who want something to do in the winter. So they come and run a few laps with their mates and yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you just describe where in New Zealand it is? And I understand the course, it's next to the beach. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So we're in Christchurch. We're about 15 k's, 20 k's north of Christchurch, at a place called Spencer Beach Holiday Park. And so the course runs through forest. So it starts off in the campground. We do a wee loop in the campground, then we go through forest, and then the lap is basically timed. So we start at 7:30 a.m. So the first runner should hit the sand dunes, which we have a 900-meter section along the sand dunes. They should hit that at about sunrise, which is 8:02. So they get a beautiful sunrise, the sun coming out of the Pacific Ocean. Some people love the sand dunes and they love sucking in the negative ions off the ocean and listening to the waves and all that. And some people absolutely hate the sand and hate it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they go through there and then back through a bit of forest and then across a boardwalk, which is full of frogs and it's a wetland area. So they go over that and then back into the campground. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome course. It's basically flat apart from the sand dunes. It's a few undulations, but yeah, it's pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really even get a measure on your watch what the
Right. Okay.
altitude is. So yeah, but the flatness and that kind of balance out the cold and the long night. So you might think it's a flat course, we'll get lots of big laps, big number of laps, but because it's so cold and the nights are so long,
Yeah.
it kind of balances that out.
Yeah. There's always one or two factors that make a backyard ultra hard, and it definitely sounds like it's the cold in this one.
Yeah, it is.
What's the weather forecast? Is it going to be an extra cold one this weekend?
It's probably more just going to be a bit damp.
Okay.
I mean, it's still, I think the maximum temperatures are going to be about 10 degrees, but it doesn't look like we're going to get any frost. So for the first time in my 9 years of race directing, we're actually going to get some rain. So
Okay.
my connection to the weather gods hasn't quite worked this year. But yeah.
Now, who won the race last year?
We've had the same winner for 3 years. That was Sam Harvey.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, so he's won every year. So first year I think they did 23 laps. The second year was 36, and last year was 46.
Yeah.
And he's not running this year.
No, I'm not surprised.
He did 2 years ago after Dead Cow Gully.
Yeah.
He came and ran. We all thought he'd only do 2 or 3 laps, and he pulled out 36 laps after Dead Cow Gully. So this year I've asked him to be the starter for the first lap. So he's coming to do that.
Oh, awesome. That'll be good. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So he obviously holds the course record. What did you say
Yes,
that
he
record
does.
was?
46.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
No worries. And it starts at what time on Saturday?
7:30 a.m.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
And who are who are some big names that some people might have heard of that are running?
We actually don't really have a lot this year. We've got Jeremy Pelvin's coming, but he's only going to do 1 or 2 laps because he's coming back from injury. So you would have seen him at Dead Cow Gully.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to do big this year. We've got people like Jaden Anker, Connor Aldridge, probably names you haven't really heard of, but they've all done over 24 hours. We've got about a dozen runners who've previously done 24 hours or more. But it's because Sam's not here and Jeremy's not here and Julia Chamberlain's not here, and all those people that kind of ran reasonably well last year and have big names. It's really open to anybody. It's anybody's race this year, which is quite cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with you guys over there in New Zealand is that you're improving so much, and there's always new runners popping up and running big totals. So it's a good opportunity for someone new to put up their hand and throw their hat in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of runners who just come for Saturday. They're only coming to do 5 or 6 laps, 10 laps maybe. And that's the biggest lot of our entrants, is those who just want to come and do their first marathon, do their first ultra, do their first 100K kind of thing, tick those numbers off and hang out with their mates. It's a big, it's a big atmosphere with so many runners, and yeah.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about backyard ultras, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the fun. But I don't really like the too many sleepless nights, but I love the atmosphere and the way people support and encourage each other. It's pretty cool.
Now, one of the best things about the New Zealand races is that they're always so easy to follow. So you've got live timing and everything like that?
Yeah, we've got live timing. I sent you the link a bit before, you might have seen that. So we've got live timing, but we don't have live streaming, but we do put up photos and videos all throughout the day and weekend and things like that. But yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I'm definitely going to be following along.
Cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, look, all the best, and have a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for talking.
No worries. See you, Steph.
Thanks, Heddo. Bye.
Have a great weekend, everyone, and all the best at your backyard ultras.